Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Just the Point of View. This is a special edition. Most likely, I'm going to have 2 to 3 different parts to this. And this is a topic that, you know, people may feel it and some people may not. This depends on where you are at. I'm going to go right into it. And the topic today is, or one of the topics, is fallen angels. Now, what is a fallen angel? A lot of people, when they think of angels, they think about the imagery that has been given to us, wings and halos and things of that nature. You know, I'm not saying that it's not it, but the reality of it is that, in biblical text, every time an angel showed up, for the most part, they was in the form of a man. They was in a human type of form. And that goes to the point of what this topic is about. Angels, demons, and hosts thereof. And I'm thinking that, or I've come to the conclusion that, all of us can have the possibility to be an host to an angelic frequency, because the word angel, all it means in certain definition is messenger. You're a messenger. So you're bringing a message. And the message usually from the angelic being is a warning or something that's from a higher realm of frequencies that the common mind can't grasp at a particular time. So the messenger, is equivalent to an angel. So you can be a messenger. I can be a messenger. We can be a messenger. And the thing about this messenger, the messenger has an assignment. All of us have an assignment. And the assignment is to, constantly improve, to become our best self, to rediscover our heritage, which is a part of our authentic self. It's just a point of view, but this is what I embrace in my thought process, what makes sense to me, and I'm sharing it with you. But just like you can become uh, an asset to yourself and to others by operating these higher frequencies, you can also become detrimental to yourself and others by operating in lower frequencies. And the thing about operating in those lower frequencies, you can lose your first estate. The first estate was the messenger to bring the, a message of hope or warning, so forth and so on. But if you get caught up in the carnality of the world and get distracted and deviated from your assignment, you will start to descend in frequency. And when you're just making this descent, the descent is that you will become into what is known as demonic or devilish or negative or adversary. The adversary is an enemy, but it is not the enemy to what people think. The enemy is the enemy of self to self. You have these different poles. We have these different poles within ourselves. One pole, is saying, hey, this is the way. And the other pole saying, hey, this is the way. I'm not going to say either pole is right or wrong, but I know the choice that I'm going to make, which I think that is dealing with the energies and frequencies of love, compassionate, patient, kindness, and things of that nature. But other people, they choose to operate in the polar opposite. They want to be mean. They want to be hateful. They want to, murder in a sense. And some people say, well, I don't never murder nobody. But the thing is, people murder someone all the time. Everybody do. When we go and deviate from the path, first we start to lie to ourselves. So when we start to lie to ourselves, we start stealing from ourselves. And once we start stealing from ourselves, we do become murderers of our authentic self. And that's just how I get down with the get down. So now, moving forward, what I'm speaking on is metaphorically, excuse me, it's metaphorically. And the metaphorical thing is that you got to be able to wrap your mind around this. The fallen angels were once risen angels or ascended angels. So the fallen angels fell and they became what we identify as demons today, because of their new role and position. There's an adversity to their first estate. And you know what? That's how we do. We have a first estate. We have an authentic self, but we get caught up in the worldly affairs, and when we get caught up in these worldly affairs, what we start to doing is drifting. You know, that's one of the dangers of the mind. It starts to drift, and when it starts to drift, it becomes vulnerable to influences. You know, some people may have heard of this terminology, the archons, you know, will come into influence and lead one astray because they have showed us what we think are the greener pastures to the reality of a simple truth that we know of, and that's, you know, some people call it the golden rules. You know, don't steal, don't kill, don't murder, don't commit adultery, don't do certain things. You know, we're supposed to be working towards self improvement, and self improvement means cleaning ourselves up. Cleaning ourselves up means that, you know what, if I used to steal, I'm not going to steal no more. If I used to lie, I'm not going to lie no more. At least practice on these things. If I'm a professional profane language user, I have to clean that up and, you know, move that to becoming a profane, not a profane, but becoming a classical orator or speaker, mastering the language without profanity, and go on and express. So, metaphorically speaking, there's a war going on within us. And you know, whichever part of ourself that we feed, that is the self that will grow. And within us, it's possibility that we are the host of, you know, angelic beings ascended, and also hosts of those that are identified as fallen, because we have become emotional, and then becoming emotional, we have allowed these portals to open up, and that those entities have an opportunity to enter into the temple. And then when they get into the temple, they start looking for food. And when they start looking for food, their food is energy. Their food deals with the mind. If you being hateful, they want more hatefulness thoughts, so that entity can grow inside of you and actually become a charlatan or imposter inside of you, pretending or having you to think that that's you. Oh, that's just me. That's the way I do. I get down like this and I get down like that. All the time it's something that you have, or we have created. We have created through an artificial intelligence. We have fed this ego self or illusional self of us, which is also connected to what is identified as the fallen. And that self start to take the position on the throne of our domes and become, you know, the operator of the temple. And it's a what they call is a, you know, a puppet entity, because it's not the real or authentic self. Moving on to the next part of this topic is the base frequency. The base frequency is that which has fallen. You know, that which has fallen. Like, you know, you ever seen shooting stars flying across the sky? They say, "Oh, that's a falling star. That star falling," but that star's just is shooting across. But the base frequency take us from those higher levels of operation into the state of insanity and madness. And some people, you know, they embrace these states. Like a lot of people in our daily culture, they don't flip things upside down and inside out. So a lot of, especially young people, get caught up in, you know, coming through the process through the media and, you know, entertainment, and come to think that bad is good and good is bad. But no, bad is bad and good is good. See, it's not the inverting of it, which has been popularized through movies and music and things of that nature. This is the operation of the fallen. The fallen has come to this kill, steal, and destroy. Deception is one of the tools that is used to enchant the mind. So when the mind is enchanted, the body follows, and all types of things start to become more of the illusion that we embrace. So we got to wake up from this enchanted state, and the way to start waking up from it is to, you know, don't go along with what is called cultural norms and things of that nature. Tradition is only beneficial up to a certain level, but once we stop, we no longer need that tradition. We got to tell the truth. The truth is what's going to set us free. Everybody should know that. If you don't know it, you know it now. So I'm gonna put it like this: an illustration. just like this society is working. We've been working from a particular so-called operation of the fallen within the figurehead or the that which is leading the people in the government. And what they've been doing is like trying to run the same old play. They ain't been trying to. That's what they have been doing. They running the same old play, and the people they might repackage it and give it to us again. But the thing about it is that this system of the fallen must be confronted, and then through the proper channels, taken over in a sense, or converted or adjusted to work better for the people. Because what they're doing is like this. They got we got the olden days. They had the reel to reel, the 8-track tape. Then they got the cassette, the CD. Then we got MP3s. Nobody in this day and time, I ain't gonna say nobody because there might be somebody in their basement right now and they still got the reel to reel or got an 8-track tape or something. Possibly somebody do have some cassettes, but those are not the modern vehicles to carry and transfer music to the listener. It's on another frequency, it's on another level. And the thing is that the way that we are operating to get us stuck, and how the fallen will have us to think that through tradition we should stay right here. Man was created to involve and evolve, develop and move forward. Because we are moving towards the Most High. Some of the primitive thinking that man used to believe and operate in, we don't do it no more because we had done scientific research and come to particular conclusions. And that's what needs to be done in a lot of different facets of life. Do these scientific experiments with what's working and what's not working, and let's move forward. And within this society, a lot of things is not working, especially old states of mind, especially dealing with racism and hatred. Those are states of mind of the fallen. Hatred, that's a low frequency. Prejudice, bigotry, low frequency. And we got a lot of people in this country, that's what they live for. That's how they operate. That's how they get down when they get down. Let's go forward. I got a little bit of time left, not that much. The war in heaven. This one gonna get you. The war in heaven. People thinking about angels and devils and demons and things fighting in heaven. No, the war in heaven is inside of us. The war in heaven is inside our mind. So, in our mind, if we can get the heavenly state, keep the high frequency up. The war is to bring your thought process down and down and down into misery and despair and destitution. See what I'm saying? If your thought process get to a place where as though that you feeling so depressed, so hurt, angry, frustrated every day, you're setting yourself up for possible suicidal thoughts. Is that from a heavenly state or from a hellish state? That's a hellish state of mind. So hell is inside of us. Heaven is inside of us. The kingdom is inside of us. And the place of desolation is inside of us. Because we got poles inside of us. And we reach those levels, or we experience those places within inside of us because of our mind and our operation. Sometimes some people, we go to these places for a moment, playing the Lord's self, and say, you know what, that ain't even worth it. It come about us. Some people go down there and they get stuck down there. They start becoming a goddamn going operator or a mechanic down there and say, you know what, I'm gonna fix this and this. All this craziness, this energy, they become a part of the machine of the Lord's self. But they have chose that. Nobody then forced that on them. They chose it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the war of heaven, is within us. The holy war is within us. It ain't no, little horn, little fella with a red suit on and got a tail that is your enemy. Your enemy is within you and me. The enemy was the enemy. Just know that. Say that. The enemy was the enemy. And if you are beyond that, that's fantastic. But a lot of people, probably 90% of people on the planet can't say that. The enemy was the enemy because of the choices that I made. Because I didn't take my responsibility. Because I didn't take heed to the lessons and operate in a certain type of way. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm over the time limit, but I'm gonna bring this session to a close. Most definitely, I'm gonna pick back up on this at a later date. I don't thank you for viewing. Live your life on purpose, with purpose, because life is all purpose. Peace, love, and grace to all humanity. And be responsible. Look in the mirror. Be the change. Be the change that you want to see in others. You be that. Peace.